Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky.
Yes.
Little boxes on the hillside.
Yeah.
Little boxes all the same.
Thanks, Melina. Any road, welcome to Small World Layouts, and it's another diorama build. Long-time subscribers of the channel will know that I'm a fan of dioramas. As long as they're small and perfectly self-contained, I've built one or two, and they tend to go down well at exhibitions too. So when I was recently given a new potential diorama location, I was excited. Although not that excited, as it was empty. Thanks, Sally. So a 2-track with platforms design was settled on. Usual platforms: wood, plasticard clad, bit paint, weathering. And I wanted a factory front style to a platform building, so I designed it on the computer because I'm terrible at measuring stuff, haven't the patience. So I printed it out, stuck it onto plasticard and cut it all out. Added some kestrel windows and made some shutter style doors. I did add an office door later too, made out of balsa wood. I did a lot of weathering style painting to this front and added some lighting with nano LEDs, love me some lights. Put some glass in the windows and added some supporting struts and glued it all in. The observant amongst you may notice that I've also ballasted the track by now and done a little bit of platform weathering. With the lighting fitted, I began to build the battery box for the diorama in the same manner that I did on Should Have Gan. You know, the glasses case? 5mm ply, it was lying around in the shed, a bit of black paint. I fed the wires through the holes and glued the box to the lid. For the wiring to work, I did my usual of using copper tape to provide a power bus. This stuff's self-adhesive, very easy and very convenient to use. I then simply soldered all the positive and negative wires to the correct strip. And finally, added a battery box. And blow me down if it didn't work first time, but you'll have to wait to the end for that reveal. To complete it all, I glued the wired up lid to the tray to complete the box construction. So at this point, the box bit was kind of done, so I turned my attention to the rolling stock. There, that was easy. I figured that a port-style factory would need barrels, so I hand-painted a metric ton of them. Twice, because I didn't actually like this colour. Along with some 3D boxes and pallets, I stuck them in place. At this point, I also started to stick some figures into place as well. And with a little knob on the side to make it easier to open, job's a good one. I started addressing individual little stories and scenes for each piece of the rolling stock in the diorama. For no good reason than I had one, this van had an engaged gorilla in it, as I'm sure we all have somewhere. Well, obviously, Obviously, a gorilla needs a cage, so I constructed one for the van using very small plasticard rods. And with the aid of Edward Tweezerhands and our good friend Mr. Superglue, it got done. With some ballast mix PVA, old King Kong there got some sawdust in the shape of woodland scenic fine turf yellow grass. You may have noticed there was a wagon missing earlier. Well, it had a bit of glue drying, so this got added into place with the generous help of Mr. Superglue again. It was full of pallets for a later scene to be shown. Again, it had been modified by the side walls simply being cut and folded down to make a loading ramp. And it didn't snap off at all, either. No, it didn't. It did. Back to Mr. Kong, and I decided that he needed a friend. Or dinner, depending on your point of view. So a spare cow was enlisted from Donjay Farm, again with a cage to stop desperate bids for freedom. At this point, we may as well go through the story of the trucks and vans at the Graham's Port factory. Starting with Francisco. He's standing by the brake wheel in the brake van. The stove is lit, but the benches don't look too comfy. Look at him. He does look important in his uniform, mind. I know, we've already met Kong and Cow, but the bars are painted. And behind van number 3 is Alfonso, single-handedly loading the gassed kegs of lager. He doesn't approve. On the other platform, Thomas is hard at work offloading pallets while his miserable mate looks on. Thomas definitely doesn't approve of this. Miguel and Santiago are given the job of unloading the empty barrels. Miguel looks like he's found an easy way of kicking them down the ramp, while Santiago looks like he's searching for his lost fortune on the ground there. I wonder what he's found. And now, what you've all been waiting for. Hang on. You see, I thought it was finished.
Darkness, my old friend.
But no. I took it to a show I was exhibiting at to show my friend Ken, and while I was there, some wit suggested it needed a forklift. A forklift truck. It needed a... well, of course it needed a forklift truck. It got a forklift truck. It got a very nice 3D printed forklift truck. Off the bay. Link in the description as always. I gave it a quick spray of fine primer and then spent an enjoyable old time painting it up. Especially enjoyed painting his flat cap. But then more problems, as it needed a light. I had a light, but the light box was sealed, as was access to the light bus. So a lot of careful desoldering and resoldering later, some pinpoint drilling, and the new forklift was in place, and the diorama was finally, definitely finished. And now, what you've all been waiting for, the light show. Thanks for watching, and please click like and subscribe to the channel.